I was a young cat in my 20s. I moved to Olympia, Washington. I needed to figure out what kind of music I was gonna make, what kind of art I was gonna make, what kind of life I was gonna live. I mostly knew about rock and roll music, TV and rock and roll music. I was looking around for trying to figure out what I should do. And nothing was happening. Not in Olympia. Everything was happening up the road in Seattle. It was the epicenter of something that seemed like a big deal at the time. Rock youth explosion. And all these young cats up there, they were in love with this band, you probably heard of them, called Iggy and the Stooges. They were like, oh yeah, I want to be your dog. I thought, wow, that seems pretty exciting. Yeah, maybe that's really good. But there was something I couldn't quite, I just thought it's not quite the right thing. It's not quite enough for my life. It's not quite enough for my art. But I couldn't figure out where to go or what to do. I had one other influence. I'd heard about these poets from way back in England. Yeah, they were in London. Yeah, Percy Shelley, Mary Shelley, William Blake. They had their own scene. They were doing their poetry, their visual art. But everyone in London hated them, despised them. Everyone in London said, you're the worst. You don't live up to Enlightenment ideals. You're just a bunch of, this is what they called them. They said, you're a bunch of romantics. That's how they got their name. It was an insult. Well, one day, Willie, they called him, he went to his friend Percy. He says, Percy, I'm working on a project. Can you give me some feedback on it? Percy says, sure, lay it on me. William says, okay, here's the first one. It goes like this. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. Percy says, stop right there. You can't let anyone hear that. That's like grade school stuff. That's no good, man. William Blake says, well, you see, it's supposed to be kind of, you see, there's a whole bunch of these little poems, and there's going to be 2 volumes. One will be called Songs of Innocence, and one will be called Songs of Experience. Percy says, oh yeah, I think I get it. Everything in Songs of Innocence will be good. Everything in Songs of Experience will be really bad. William Blake says, well, it's more complicated than that. I mean, sometimes innocence might be really shallow, naive. And sometimes experience might be like hard-fought knowledge, wisdom. Person says, okay, give it a shot. Let me know how it goes. So I had that, but I still couldn't figure out what I was going to do. But then down the street, there was a little rock and roll show going on. It was this band called Rock and Rod and the Strychnines. This kid Rod comes out. He says, this next song is called I Wanna Be Your Dog. That's what everybody thought he was going to say. He didn't say that. He said, it's called I Wanna Be Your Puppy. It fell on the floor. It was a cement floor. My life changed forever. After the show, I went up to Rod. I said, I would never take your song, but I kind of need the title. I ran home, I got my guitar. I was like, but I didn't have anything. But then, the next week, they do this thing in Olympia where they take all the carnival rides. They put them down at the lake. I went down there. It was nighttime. I was with someone. That was weird. How did that happen? Was it a date? I don't know, but we were in line together to get on this ride. It was called the Zipper. Do you know the Zipper? It's like a little cage. Two people in the cage. You rock back and forth. They took us 50 feet up in the